Hello everyone, and welcome back to the shop. This is Ray's Garage, and I'm Ray Cornelia. I hope everyone's keeping safe and staying healthy. This video is based on blasting these nasty parts. Since I did the Blast Cabinet series, it's been a good year ago, I've done 19 or so episodes, and I've blasted certain items. Well, I always get requests, hey, what will it do to this? Or can you blast this? Will it remove that? Over the past year, I found that the cabinet does not do very well with powder coat, because as many of you know, powder coat is plastic and it's melted to the part at 400 or so degrees. So the glass abrasive tends to bounce off of the plastic, and it's just a really good protective coating. I've been able to get up under it and get it to chip off, but the best way to get rid of powder coat is to burn it off. Put it back in the oven and cook the stuff off. Or grinding wheel, up to you. It's a lot of work. The blast cabinet, if you're blasting only powder coated parts, I wouldn't recommend it. But for stuff like this, fragile parts, delicate parts, yeah man. Anyway, so these brake backing plates are for a buddy of mine, and he was going to actually grind these and wire brush them, and I was like, hey, let me do a video, because I've had several requests for grungy, nasty items like this to see what the cabinet will do with stuff like this. So pretty much this is the grungiest thing I've blasted in this cabinet so far. So let me bring you in for a closer look so you can get an idea what they look like. As you can see, these things are heavily rusted. I'm not sure if that's paint or powder coat on there. This is the inside of the backing plate, and here's some shots of the outside of the backing plate. Not as heavily rusted, but I just wanted you to see a nice close-up shot of how grungy these things are. I got the cabinet all cleaned out and the gun back flushed. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of good use out of this cabinet. Not as pretty as it was when it was brand new. If you want to see what it looked like, go back and check out the series, the build series. We're going to run the regulator at about 50 psi. We're going to have to set that. We're going to run the metering valve about halfway open. And I want to mention again, it's okay to play with these settings as you're blasting. You want to get the most performance and efficiency while you're blasting out of it. So we got our secondary camera set up there for your viewing pleasure. So anyway, we got to get the vacuum set correctly by using the wastegate valves here. There's the cabinet wastegate, and then we have one on the vacuum right there. Okay, so let's get our number 80 Garnet in here and get this bad boy fired up and going. trying to get this so you can get a good shot and see how well it's working. Again, I'm hitting it with number 80 Garnet and at about 55 PSI. Sorry for the bad video, but my glass is getting etched from all of the blasting I've been doing. I thought it was dust at first, but you can still see it's like hazy. So this is still my first layer of sacrificial glass too. But you're getting the idea here. I mean, it's working pretty good. See if I can get it closer. I never tried this before, so this is a first for me. I cranked up the pressure to 100 PSI. I left the metering valve set to where it's about a quarter of the way open, so it's giving me the most media that it can without chugging in the hose. I'm trying this because I got some really cruddy areas on these outside, which you saw on the a little earlier. So let's hit that and see how well it does. Look at that. Man, it's pumping out some media.
Look at that. You saw how cruddy this is. Here, let's try a fresh cruddy spot.
Okay, so after blasting these brake backing plates, about 45 minutes with a couple interruptions, I started out at about 55 PSI with my metering valve about a quarter of the way open. And it started removing the paint pretty well, so it wasn't powder coat. But then when I got to the rust, it was it wasn't really doing a good job. It was taking longer than it should have. So I did something for the first time, cranked up the pressure to 100 PSI, left the metering valve where it was, and you saw the results, man. Woo-wee! Man, it started just blowing that stuff off. So let me bring you in so you can see an after shot and what they look like now. Okay, again, this was Garnet number 80. So you can see this is where the cruddy, rusty areas were. One nice thing about media blasting is you can get into all these little crevices pretty easily. This was heavily rusted in here. You could see the pitting. Now let's take a look at the other one. Here's the worst of the back side right here. Get you in close there. I hope you can get a good visual of what's going on here. That's one of the rubber plugs. I just left it in. So again, it was about 45 minutes of blasting with a couple interruptions. I hope you guys enjoyed this demonstration. I really like that blast cabinet. It's just amazing what you can do with it. You see the results here. These things are ready for paint. I believe he has to do some machining to them first. But these bad boys are ready. They're in much better condition than they were before, as you could see. So guys, until next time, thanks for coming along. See ya.